goals only win your games if you don't make so many mistakes. We were the best team. And then in 5 minutes, mistake, goal, goal, goal. But, Harry, does Jose take any responsibility for that? You know, did he leave them more exposed than he would usually by only having Højbjerg in as a holding midfielder and leaving the others, the Harry Winkses and, you know, the Eric Dyers and Sissoko all on the bench?
Well, it was a more open team than he's normally picked, that's for sure. But I must admit, I enjoyed the game, Jeff. I've been waiting for him to take the handbrake off, you know, and I felt the other day he did pick an attacking team. They've got loads of attacking flair there, you know, and I'd like to see them go that way a bit more, to be honest with you. I think the fans would like to see that as well. Yeah, but when you go through the team, you know, there's goals everywhere in that team, and I think that's the first time they've really opened up and had a go. And it certainly made for an entertaining game, even though they got beat.
What do you think the chances are of him playing the same way at Man City, Harry?
Not a lot. Not a lot. No, they'll put the shutters up today, I would think, if they can, you know, look to hit them on the counter. But they'll be dangerous, you know, when you've got Son and Kane in your team, you've always got a chance, haven't you? You know, you can sit back and soak it up as best you can, and then you only want one or two opportunities on the break and they can take them. They're a fantastic pair.
But from defenders' point of view, I mean, Merce, they're going to come up against, you know, a couple of players who are in wonderful form. Obviously, Gundogan was the Premier League Player of the Month, but everyone after that Liverpool game was talking about Phil Foden, who sort of appeared just to have come of age.
He's getting better and better, and I think you've got to give full credit to Pep Guardiola. I think everybody's gone on and on, going, oh, Phil Foden's got to be in the team, why is he not in? He's got to leave soon. He's got, you know, and he's just managed him so well. It's frightening, because he's got in the team now and he's ready. He's ready. He's, you know, he's been in and then out and been in and been out, and honestly, I just think it's outstanding management. I think he's got him in at the right time. And he's flourishing. I think, you know, he's an outstanding talent, and he's playing around outstanding players as well. You know, don't forget, you know, and my biggest compliment to him, he's on the same wavelength as all these top international footballers, and at such a young age, that is a compliment and a half. You know, some of the best players in the whole world, and you know, he doesn't look out of place. You know, no one flicks a ball round the corner and he isn't there. He sings off the same hymn sheet, and it's been absolutely outstanding. You know, Gareth Southgate's got a hard job. He's got, you know, when you've got Foden and Jack Grealish, who are two of the best young players I've seen for a long time. I don't care what country. And then you've got to try and get them into an England team. Wow. And if you don't...
You've probably got to try and get Mason Mount in there as well.
You've got to get Mason Mount in, you've got to get Rashford in, and you've got to get Sterling in, you've got to get Sancho in, you've got to get Kane in. Yeah. Wow. And if you don't win that game, you're in trouble. So I feel for him a bit.
Well, it's interesting, after the game, I mean, Pep was talking about hard taskmaster, and he's talking about Phil Foden. He said he didn't do what we wanted him to do in the first half, you know, so...
Yeah, the position he played in the first half didn't exist. It did, you know, Harry's been in the football game for so, I was going to say a million years, sorry, Harry, but a long time. And that didn't exist. So to ask a young kid to go and play a position that really doesn't exist in football till, what, the last couple of years?
Yeah, but Merce, I mean, you've got to say, a 20-year-old lad playing in that first half who, like you said, really was non-existent in the game, and then to actually come out in that second half and perform the way he did, I mean, that's where you have got to give credit to Pep. You really have. The way he's nurtured him into that team, bits and bobs, and all of a sudden, I mean... He was a big difference, wasn't he? I mean, Sterling was fabulous as well in the game. But you've got to say, what's brilliant about him is that I watch him there. He's on the left-hand side. He's on the right-hand side. He finds little pockets. He's so clever for a 20-year-old lad to just come into a side that, yes, there's some fabulous players, but just to even take that on his shoulders and perform the way he did, I mean, he stood out a million miles.
Lee, I'm just looking at Manchester City. We all know 15 straight wins now. And got some big games coming up, Spurs and Everton and Arsenal, and then Champions League game. But when I looked at the team that Pep put out against Swansea, do you think he's beginning to think, actually, we can win all 4 of these?
Oh, I think so, yeah. And I think he can make a massive statement this season. I think last season was really frustrating for them. I think, you know, the coin's tossed, if you like, from Liverpool and Man City, and this is an absolute chance for him to go out and really say, yes, we can take the light here this season. And I think the way that when you've got that momentum, I mean, you'll know yourself, Harry, as a manager, you want to keep that going. We're in the business end of the season now, aren't we? So why not? They're in a fabulous position in the league. They've got that little bit of breathing space. Now's the chance where, yes, I can field players that I feel that we can go and win cups and bring silverware, because that'd be a massive turnaround from everyone doubting Pep at times last season. So I think he's certainly looking at things and thinking, yes, it's a great opportunity.
It's impossible, isn't it, Harry, to win all
Well,
four?
but I thought it was great that he put such a strong team out at Swansea. I mean, he's respected the cup. You know, players would prefer to play, Jeff. You know, you ask the boys, you'd rather be playing. When you're playing and winning, you want to play every game, surely. You'd want to play rather than, you know, oh, we're having a rest today, we're going to make 8 changes today. I mean, I was surprised that some of the teams that got picked in the cup by clubs, you know, they got a chance to get to the quarter-final and they sort of almost kick it into touch. Oh, we're more bothered about finishing 15th or 14th in the Premier League. But he went out, he put a winning team out again, turned in another great performance, and they'll, you know, and I love it. I think they're fantastic, aren't they? And John Stones, what a comeback. He's, you know, his career. I mean, I wouldn't. I text Frank, to be honest, at the start of the year, but he'd already made a signing at Chelsea. I said, what about him, John Stones? I think he's been he's a real talent. Someone just had to get hold of him again and get him playing and believing in himself. And he's come back now and he looks the best centre-half around. He's in fantastic form.
Yeah. I mean, when you look at Spurs, no mercy, I mean, they're 8th at the moment, and obviously you look at the table and think, well, that's disappointing. They're only 4 points off Liverpool, though, so there's sort of 2 ways of looking at it, aren't they? So much depends on keeping Kane fit, doesn't it?
Oh, you watch him at against West Brom last week. It's a different Tottenham team. You know, I said that they're one of the worst teams I've seen, but when, playing at the moment, but when Harry Kane gets back, they all play. Everybody wants the ball. I just can't talk highly enough of him. I think he's different class. He's just got an all-round game. Everything. He can come short and put the ball through the eye of a needle. He can make this. I mean, he just passed that into the net. It's like an 8v8 in training. And I can't talk highly enough. And he's an absolute must. He plays today. They play tight, and they play their defensive midfield players. And you play Harry Kane and Son. I give him a chance. I do give him a chance because there will be space for Harry Kane, the way Man City play, for him to turn. And if he turns and gets the ball and he passes it to Son, they will cause problems. But when Harry Kane don't play, we talk about Van Dijk, but when Harry Kane don't play for Tottenham, it's complete. You might as well take the Hotspur out of Tottenham.
Just before we leave Spurs, Harry, I mean, what do you make with what's going on with Gareth Bale and Jose?
Well, I thought when he came back, Jeff, I thought, what a great signing. I could see that forward line, Son, Bale, Kane. I thought, my God, they're going to do some damage this year. But you've got to understand, Gareth's a very low confidence boy. You know, he's not an outgoing... even though he's been one of the best players in the world, he still needs... He's one of them lads, I think you have to keep telling him how good he is, encourage him. You'll get more out of him, make him believe in himself. He needs that, because, you know, and at the moment he gets 10 minutes, he comes on, he comes off, he gets subbed, and then they say, well, we were better in the last half hour. Yeah, that's when Gareth went off. It's sort of a bit of a sideways swipe at him. But listen, only Jose knows what he's doing in training. He sees him every day. If he feels he's not up to it, then obviously he's not picking him. I mean, there wouldn't be nothing personal. I don't know whether he brought him in or whether it was a Daniel signing. There's every chance it could have been done by Daniel. We thought it'd be great for the club to have him back. But only Jose can make them shouts, and at the moment he obviously doesn't fancy him too much.